So Lara's the oldest in the family, and I'm the youngest, and so I've always felt like a connection to her in that regard. I would almost compare it to like a twin, and she has a twin herself, and I mean, they're on a totally different like language that they have of communication, but it's always, I never felt left out with that because I felt like Lara and I had that connection as well, being the oldest and youngest, and Lara is an extremely passionate person, and she's very soft spoken. So I think some people, when you meet people like that, sometimes I think people don't really understand the depth of those kind of people. But having been able to see Lara over the years in so many different circumstances and situations, you're able to pick up on how passionate she is. And I think that's evident at the front, but maybe not in its full detail until you've known her for quite a while. But I think if Lara knew what we were up to, she would definitely not want us to do this. But I think at the same time, she'd be extremely appreciative. And in fact, I know she would be just completely appreciative to anyone that helped in any way. Lara is, the thing about people like Lara is they're the absolute last people that would ever ask for any help. Which, in my opinion, I think those are the people that probably deserve it the most. She would do anything she could for her kids. And not just to be cliche and say that about mothers, but I think, you hear stories about like a mother moving a car because their child's under the car or something. And first of all, her child would never be under a car, but in the case it was, where one mother would move one car, she would move three cars. It's that kind of a passion and fire that she's got as a mother. It's just remarkable. She loves her kids to death. She'd do anything for them. She loves her family. She's an extremely passionate human being, and she's wonderful. So
Lara Lee is the other half of me. She has been by my side my entire life. Even as we've grown up and moved on with our lives, she's always been there as my rock and my strength whenever I've needed it. We've tears of sorrow, tears of joy, and tears of uncontrollable laughter. She is my best friend. She's an amazing wife and mother to a beautiful family. She's the sweetest, most selfless person I know. I love her, and I would truly be lost without her.
So it's kind of funny that Lara's a twin because I feel like people, you hear a lot of people talk a lot of times about twins and how they understand each other and have sort of their own language of speaking. And with Lara happening to be a twin, I think it's undeniable that she has that. But as the youngest sibling, I've never felt left out of that because I felt like Lara and I had our own sort of connection where she was the oldest, I was the youngest type of a thing. And Lara is an extremely passionate person. One of the cool things, I've had a lot of friends that I've brought over to her house, and I think one of the first things that people notice when they go in there for the first time is just a remarkable home feeling that you get. You walk into her house and just feel extremely welcome. And Lara has a way of making people feel wonderful about themselves and a way of making people just genuinely feel welcome and totally able to be themselves, and I think that's one of the great qualities. I think with the age difference of us, it could have been easy, I think, for somebody to kind of look at me as like the younger sibling and kind of been like bossy or told me what to do or whatever. And with Lara, it's been cool because she had sort of like a motherly sort of a relationship where she was kind of like a mother figure in a lot of ways, but at the same time, she never turned in her cool sister card. She was always the cool sister that I could go to and talk to and feel like we were definitely still siblings. But it was kind of the best of both worlds in a sense where, I look at her family and the people that love her so much and have been inspired by her so much. And I look at them literally as like little siblings to me. As far as I'm concerned, there's literally no difference. That's how tight of a family she has, and that's how loving and supportive she is of everyone. So Lara, I think if she knew we were up to this, I think she would probably put a stop to it immediately. In fact, I'm almost positive. But I do think at the same time, she would be completely blown away by people giving support to her for this procedure that's going on. Completely unexpected. And it's one of those things where you can't plan for in any way. And Lara is the last person that would ever ask anybody to give anything to her. And so on her behalf, she would do anything for her kids. She'd do anything for her family. But she's the kind of person that would have a very hard time. In my opinion, she's the kind of person that deserves these kind of things where she'd never ask anything of anyone that would be of benefit to her. So anyhow, I hope that hopefully we'll be able to help them out in any way possible, because I know it's just completely unexpected, and hopefully we can be able to help her and her family. So